as you're an experienced musician, it's really easy to forget what it's like to be a beginner. It's really easy as well when you've been teaching a while to forget what their experience of your lessons are going to feel like. Today I was teaching a lesson to a new student, and I just wanted to jump on and talk about some of the tips that I want to share with you that I use today. My name is Rachel Hardman, and this is Passionate About Music Education. This channel is all about sharing really great practice about music and music education for parents, students and teachers. So today I was teaching a really lovely young lady who is 9 years old, and we've been having singing lessons for a few weeks now. And she's working on a song that she's worked really hard on during the week, and she came back in today and to sing it. And of course, like all music teachers and all instrumental teachers, you want to work on how to improve the piece and give the good guidance and correct the mistakes. So that's what we're doing today. It was really clear that she wasn't used to this form of teaching in a one-to-one setting. This probably is her first one-to-one consistent lessons outside of her normal school day. I could see she was getting upset, and this is what I wanted to share with you today. Why she was getting upset was because she wasn't used to getting advice on how to improve, but because I needed to explain the process of our lessons. So I explained to her that I was really pleased with how well she'd worked, how well she'd learned, how much progress she'd made on this song. And my role as her music coach is to help her work on the next skills that she needs to develop, so that when she goes home and practices, that she'll make much better progress, because she'd already made great progress. So it's like we want to keep that momentum going. I had to explain to her I wasn't criticising or telling her off, that I was giving her guidance on how to improve and keep moving forward, because that was my role. Once she understood that, she completely changed, because she needed to understand why I was giving her advice and that it wasn't me telling her off, which is easy for children, particularly when they're only in that elementary age, to feel that when they're making mistakes that they're getting it wrong, and you're thinking that they're not good enough and not worthy enough. And of course that's not the case. Actually, her progress had been huge, and her progress over the last 3 weeks has been huge. She's clearly practicing. So I just needed to give her and explain to her how the lesson works, what my role is, and how I'm helping her learn and how I'm helping her improve. The second piece of advice that came out of today's lesson that I wanted to share with you, that I know will be really helpful for you, is to ensure that you ask some questions about what they've learned and understood. Because again, we are so used to going, this is what you need to do, ABC, and we expect students to go off and do that because we've been playing musical instruments for years, we understand the process, and we understand how music works. Because these students are beginners, they often don't understand, so you have to ask those questions, that recapping, that clarification. So today I asked the student, what did we learn today, and what have I asked you to do for practice for next week? She could tell me what she'd learned today, but even though I'd explained what she needed to do to practice and written it down for her so she has it in her notebook for next week, she struggled to tell me what she needed to practice. So therefore, that means she's less likely to succeed at practice and do the practice I need her to do to get improved. So by asking her that question in the end, well, what is it that I'd like you to practice? What do you need to work on for this week? What have I asked you to do? Because she had gaps in that knowledge and answer when she answered me, it was easy for me then to go and fill those knowledge gaps and explain and make sure she clearly understood. Students can be quite scared to say they don't understand or they don't get it. And that's really normal, particularly with elementary students. But again, you'll see this in high school and middle school, because they don't want you to know that they don't understand. So sometimes you go to get it, they automatically go, yeah, I've got it. And actually they genuinely didn't. So by asking that open question, explain to me what you have to do for next week, you will know that whether they've understood really what you've asked them to do. And that's so important with your beginner students, because otherwise they'll be practicing, and then they get frustrated because they don't really know what they're practicing or what they're specifically working on. I hope these 2 tips have been really helpful if you're teaching instrumental lessons or singing lessons or one-to-one. It's really easy when you've been teaching for a long time or you have been playing a musical instrument for a long time to remember what that beginner experience is really like and what it is that those students need from you as their teacher and their coach. My name's Rachel Hardman, and I do lots of different advice on this channel. Some of it's for parents, some of it's for teachers, some of it's about stress management or music education. So please let me know if you like this video. I'm happy to do more of them. If there's a specific topic you'd like me to go over, I'm more than happy to make those videos. And I will see you again soon. This is Passionate About Music Education, and I'm Rachel Hardman.